Fucking freak out. Hi, my name is Jillian. Had some technical difficulties there, but we're back. Okay, so to start off, I will be showing you this book. It is part of my favorite series called Shatter. I would say I did this better the first time. But anyways, this is my favorite book series called Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. This is the special edition that my best friend got me. On each book, it has like an eye, like that. And it's very pretty. This is what it has as a sprayed edge. I spent my life folded between the pages of the book. It's very pretty, very nice. And then on the inside, it has strike-throughs of I am not insane over and over again. Very pretty, very nice. It also shows, let me explain, let me get into a deeper explanation, if you will. Juliet Ferraris, which is the main character of this book series, she's very mentally unwell in the first book, and she thinks she's going crazy. That's why it says, I am not insane, I am not insane, and they're all crossed out. Throughout the book series, like this, it slowly calms down because it shows her mental growth throughout the entire series. There actually is this like inscription, but the author said this, that the strike-throughs in the Shatter Me books are intentional. The writing in this series is occasionally as erratic as its main character and serves as a visual representation of the chaos in Juliet's mind. And I think that's a really good way to start off a book, because throughout the series you'll notice her growth, and you'll see her grow as a fictional woman, but I thought it was pretty good. The repetition, the hyperbolic language, the obsession with numbers, these are not errors on the page. As she grows as a person and as she finds her voice, the strike-throughs disappear, the language softens, the repetition dissolves, and the numerals ease into written words. This is ultimately a story of change. And you'll notice literally on the first page of the book, the amount of numbers and the strike-throughs that are on this page is phenomenal. I've been locked up for 264 days. The very first sentence in the book, she mentions one window, 4 walls, 144 square feet of space, 26 letters in an alphabet, and she hasn't spoken in 264 days of isolation. 6,336 hours since I've touched another human being. So one thing to note is that this is a dystopian fantasy romance book, and Juliet has lethal touch. If she touches you, you're gone. You're out of this life. You're up in heaven, or wherever you want to believe. And one thing that you don't find out until maybe mid-series is that the main male character, Aaron Warner, can siphon other people's powers and use it for himself. And maybe towards the end of the book series, they both find out that he can touch her and he doesn't die. And that's a mind-blowing thing in the series, because she hasn't touched a human being in so long. It's just crazy. And one thing to note is that at the beginning of this series, Juliet was placed in a like mental institution, but like it's more of like a prison. And Aaron Warner is the guy that's torturing her. But like, it's hard to explain. But fast forward to towards the end of the series, they fall in love. And also, another thing to note is that Aaron Warner is the governor of Sector 45, which is the sector that they're in. And considering they both fell in love, they're trying to take down the government. And you find out literally the last few chapters of the series that Aaron's father quoted, which this won't be word for word because this is the only physical copy of the book that I have, but he states how it doesn't matter how many times that he wipes these two people's memories, Juliet and Aaron's memories, that they always fall in love. And that's like a big reason why I love this book, because that was just so mind-blowing. And I loved it. And so they end up taking down the government. They're ruling the world, popping off. If this book was a movie, I'd say it'd be like Divergent. Like if Divergent and Hunger Games had a baby, this is what would come out. This series, I swear to God, lifted me off the ground. It was just that good. The way she formed her words and like created these characters is just amazing. And I found out that she's coming out with a new book for this series with one of the side characters. And you know I already pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered the special edition. I'd be excited. It comes out April 26th, 2025. If you can't tell, I really do love reading. It's a very big passion of mine. And the book that started it all, We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This, I swear to God, was like drugs. I could not put it down. And before this book, I was never a reader. But since I read this book, the year before last, so 2023, I read 50 books and my goal was 20. Last year, 2024, my goal was 50 and I read 70 books. And these aren't just like small books, these are 1,200 page books. So no, I'm not lacking. And this year, my goal is 70 and I'm hoping to reach 100. Don't know if I'll get there with all these assignments, but I guess we'll see. One of my favorite book series, though, if I dare say, is right here. It's the Inheritance Games series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. They're pretty good. It's like, I was really into the first 3 books. She's come out with so many more, but I fear that I cannot get into them. They just don't grasp me like they used to. So the first 3 books are good. I got the 4th book, but I could never get into it. Because after the last page on this one, it's like everything was solved. I don't know how else to explain it, but it was really good. I am somewhat into poetry books, if I dare say. I have 4, technically 5 books. No, 5, technically 6. One is in Lethbridge. It's like a bunch of self-help poetry. really helped me get through high school. I dare say this book series, though, I could not get into them. It's just felt like they kept dragging on. Cut it out. My cats are having a fit. Stop. Oh my god. Anyways, rewind. The selection series. Couldn't get into them because it just felt like it kept dragging on after the second book. Although there are only 4 books in the series. I will say that though. From this book, That Way, are books that I got for Christmas. I got 11 books in total for Christmas. And I'm very excited to read them. Maybe I'll do that on the break if I get a chance. Currently, I am reading... Currently, I am reading 2 books. One of them is this, Legendary by Stephanie Garber. This is the second book of the Caraval series. It's like a fantasy romance, I guess. I don't know, but it's very interesting. And the other book the other book that I'm reading is Onyx Storm. It is special edition. It's very pretty and it's sprayed edges. Like, look at those dragons. It's the 3rd book in the Empyrean series. Everything was faithfully transcribed through a scribe. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if that's real or not. But then again, it has fantasy, so there's dragons. So I don't know what to believe. I'm choosing to believe it's real though. Gotta strengthen my imagination somehow. My favorite genres, if you haven't guessed already, is kind of like dystopian fantasy romance. I like the occasional mystery, but very heavy on the romance. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. One thing to note is that I didn't start reading until like 4 years ago. I will say reading is good for the brain. It keeps your brain healthy, so keep on that. Yeah. There's not much else to say. Have a good day.